Hey guys, Tony here. I'm really excited to finally share a project I've been working on for months now, which is an automated variable masking system for my home theater. Imagine watching a movie and the masking panels automatically adjust to match the aspect ratio. Well, today I'm going to show you the prototype in action and talk about how it fits into the plans for the bigger upgrade project. But first, I want to say a massive thank you to some sponsors of this video series, which are Krix, Govee, Elitescreens, and my good friend Mick Stillone from Sydney HIFI Monavale. Without you, this project couldn't have happened so quickly. I'd also like to thank my subscribers and Patreon members. Links to that are down in the description if you'd like to support the channel, but let's get into the video. So this whole project started because I always wanted a masking screen. I couldn't find a suitable solution here in Australia that wouldn't break the bank. Plus, I didn't want to stop showing off my Krix MX10 wall of sound, which is currently hidden by a fixed frame screen with a hinge so that I can show them off. So I thought, why not get an electric roll down screen and build my own masking system? As they say, necessity is the mother of all invention. The plan was to tear down the entire front wall, including the speaker plinth, recess it back as far as possible, and mount the projector screen on that so that it can fall down just in front of the speakers. Then, in front of that, I'd build an acoustically transparent masking panel that could slide up and down in front of the roll down screen. Lastly, fabric covered removable panels would cover the entire front wall, including the masking panels, allowing them to slide up and down with super tight tolerances, as you can see from the SketchUp plans. This challenge led me to design and build my very own variable masking system, and I'm excited to share it with you here today in its current form. In front of the screen, I'll install masking panels attached to linear actuators. These panels will move up and down based on the movie's aspect ratio, creating a seamless viewing experience. The panels will be covered with fabric to absorb light, ensuring only the movie screen is visible, yet allowing sound to pass through them when in place. My buddy Ben is helping me build these fabric covered detachable panels for easy access and a clean look, so my wife doesn't even know I've ripped the wall out until I tell her. Now let's dive into the technical details. The system uses an HDMI capture card and scripts that I've developed to detect the aspect ratio in real time. The Blackmagic capture card feeds the video into my laptop where scripts analyze the frame and detect the black bars. This information is sent via MQTT to send the motion controls to the Arduinos that control the actuators. I've integrated the system with Home Assistant, allowing me to switch between automatic and manual modes. The Home Assistant dashboard shows the current aspect ratio, system status, and emergency stop. I can manually adjust the aspect ratios if needed with options like 16:9, CinemaScope, IMAX Digital, and the newer 2:1 ratio. Let me explain these modes a little bit more. 16:9 mode, this is your standard widescreen TV format. When in this mode, the masking panels are completely retracted, giving you the full screen real estate. CinemaScope mode. This mode is used for the most epic widescreen movies and action movies and is the most common theatrical movie aspect ratio. The panels move to crop the screen at their biggest crop in this setting. IMAX Digital. For those big blockbuster action movies that switch between IMAX for certain scenes, this mode slightly adjusts the masking to cater to the taller aspect ratio. 2:1 mode. This is a more recent format that is being used in some TV shows and movies, offering a balance between widescreen and CinemaScope. The screen is literally double the width to the height and still has that widescreen feeling about it. With these modes, the system can handle a variety of content types, adjusting on the fly to give you the best possible viewing experience. As the movie plays, the system continuously adjusts the masking panels. For example, during a switch from CinemaScope to IMAX Digital, the panels will move quickly and quietly to the new position. Even though it's not 100% perfect yet, you can get an idea of how it will work when in place in my room. The real-time adjustment is intended to keep you immersed in the movie and not notice any grey bars which can be distracting. The system uses powerful and quiet linear actuators from Fergelli, which move at 3 inches per second. These actuators, along with the motor controllers and a 40 amp power supply, ensure precise and quick adjustments. Each motor controller handles a separate actuator to manage different speeds and make sure that they stay in sync. I've got everything wired up here, but of course it will be behind the screen on a DIN rail when it's all ready to go. I plan to mount all the PCBs, power supplies and wiring very neatly on a custom mounting plate that I'm going to use a CNC machine to make. To make this whole system work flawlessly, I decided to build a dedicated MADVR home theater PC with my sons. We're using a Ryzen 7700 processor, 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM, and an RTX 4070 Ti Super OC Edition to handle all of the advanced tone mapping and image processing for both the MADVR and also for my masking system. It's been a fun project to work on with my boys, and we put it together pretty quickly last night after work, and I got it mounted inside my rack. Like MADVR Labs, I used a Silverstone case, but I think the one I chose is nicer. This project isn't just about the masking system. I am going to implement Trinnov Waveforming in my room by adding a third subwoofer under the speaker plinth to give me 3 subs at the front and 2 at the back. My good friend Mick Stillone from Sydney HIFI Monavale is providing an additional Cyclonics 12 subwoofer, and Krix is also providing me with the amp, which is the KA1100. Govee is sponsoring the lighting for the whole room. I'm ripping out all of my LifeX lighting and replacing it with Govee all round with smart LED strips for under the screen lighting, as well as underneath the curtain pelmet and also on the step tread as well. It's all going to be integrated with Amazon Alexa and Home Assistant for seamless control. They also sent me a bunch of sensors and buttons, so I plan to do some very cool integrations with those to turn the lights on and off around the speakers when the screen rises up. Speaking of screens, a massive thank you to Elitescreens for accommodating my request for a new screen. I needed something high quality in a roll down format which was also acoustically transparent, and my past experiences with Elitescreens have been great, so I knew that the screen would fit the bill. I am being a little ambitious picking a 135-inch screen, as I'm only framing it out to roughly 120 inches, or as far back as I can get the projector, and then framing around it so that it won't actually look like a tab tension screen. I've allowed myself about 10 centimeters all up on the width to make it into my room, so wish me luck when it gets here. There's more surgery required in the room, but I'm too scared to mention it in the video in case my wife sees it all before it's done. As they say, it's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission, so that's the way it needs to be for now. So guys, I don't know if you can tell how excited I am for this project. I'm literally chomping at the bit to get started, and while I have everything that I need, the screen is on a ship on its way over, so we have to wait for that before we can do anything. I will be posting regular updates on both my Discord server as well as some BTS and other commentary on my Patreon, so check the links in the description for that. If you enjoyed the video, why not give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see the build series get underway. Anyway guys, thanks again for watching, but that's it for this one. You'll catch me in the next one. Bye for now.